Adobe Illustrator text effect templates fall 2025. Here we go. So I was thinking about that text effect I created with the add-on from Adobe Express, right? This text effect studio. And they try to upsell you on the high resolution premium stuff, right? And so I was kind of upset, or I don't know. The free stuff is good, right? But it's kind of grainy when you upsample it. When you drag it into your document and then drag out a corner to scale it up, it gets a little fuzzy, a little pixelated. So it's fine for a little web thumbnail, but if you want something super crisp and clean, or something even more custom, there are thousands of templates at Adobe Stock, right? So if you come to Adobe Stock, search for a text effect. You might get some motion graphic templates, but right here's 1 million text effect templates. You can sort by popular ones, downloads, recent ones. I saw some neon ones in here when I started scrolling. I think I came through and filtered by right, there's video ones. I did vectors. And I just scrolled a bit and found like here's some neon ones. Here's I don't know, some fancy looking billionaire one. So, if you have text effect, you can add 3D, you can add neon, you can add anything you want. And I found this one, this summer party editable text effect suitable to celebrate the summer event, because I used it last semester, right? So I got this and kind of liked it, and I thought, hey, why don't I try to make this into this with a different font and the Lobo colors. So, all right, so let's do it. So I got a let's see, summer party editable text. This one with the beach balls. It's nothing special, just it's just one I've used before and wanted to try it again because I got that result and thought it would look good. But let's see, you can see the file number. When you click on these, you get an individual view. Usually it goes from that search view to this, document, and then they have like a 504276900 if you're looking for it. All right, so I'm gonna hit download. AI encapsulated PostScript Silicon Valley graphic file. It's kind of big, takes a little while to download. Maybe my connection on DSL is ancient. So, and then I got a Lobo logo because I want to match the colors to Lobo. So I got good results with 3 colors. So if you want to get 3 colors or some kind of logo that you can get like a white, light, a medium color, and a dark color, then it works. So, all right. So drag it onto your desktop once you get it downloaded. I'm going to keep both. I sampled my colors from this Adobe color.adobe.com/create extract theme, second navigation tab. And then, right, so you saw how I kind of did this. I don't want purple, so I moved it over to the blue. And let's see, I don't want black, so I moved it onto white. So I saved it, and then it showed up in Illustrator and in Adobe Express, which is kind of nice. So hit save and get it to your library. And then double click on this AI file to open it up, or if Illustrator's already open, just drag it onto Illustrator and open it up. And then, so you don't overwrite your original file, why don't you do File Save As? And I'm going to do it on my computer, and I'll call it like Text Effect Demo 2 or something. And then I don't want an EPS, let's do .ai, Illustrator native format instead of general EPS. Save. Okay, thank you. All right, the one other thing you might want to check is to go to Illustrator, Settings, General, and make sure that scale, strokes, and effects. So if you change your font size or scale it up and down, some of the like shadows and highlights and effects, strokes and effects might get messed up. So make sure you got that. And then besides that, I could do window essentials and reset essentials so my screen looks like yours. And I want layers. I like panel options, flyout, top right menu, contextual menu to say other 100. Okay, so I ended up turning off a bunch of stuff. I think I turned off the entire background. Sometimes they have names if you, right, there we are, background, if it lets me. And then I twirled down this one and turned off everything except the type, all those highlights and lens flares. You could always add a lens flare at the very end if you want. We can do that. And then, all right, so I got my basic summer type, and I want to bring in the swatches panel, window swatches with an S. And I'm going to dock it up above here, get a blue horizontal line, and let it snap. And then get the double pointed arrow in between the two panels and go to libraries. So here you can see my Lobo libraries, and you right click, control click, and add theme to swatches. There it is. All right, now watch this. I got a little better. So I practiced this. I'm going to do command. So I only want 3 of these colors. I want a dark blue command. I want a middle blue command click, and then a white command. And then I come down here to new color group. I can call this, I don't know, text effect. And boom, there it is, right? So there's the group. It actually steals them from that other one. If you see, it went from 5. So that's fine. This is the one I want. All right, good. So back to layers, and I'm gonna go to summer and meatball it. Sometimes you might get lucky and just click and it starts working, right? So that worked for me good. Sometimes it puts you in path isolation mode. So if like you don't have it meatballed maybe and you triple click really fast, you go into this path isolation mode and you have to hit arrow to get out of it. But mine seems to be working for, let's worry about it later. So, all right, students trip up with that path isolation mode. So I got it meatballed. You could switch to the type tool, but it looks like it automatically switches to the type tool to let you edit the text. You get the cursor. And then we don't want summer, we want fall, all caps. And unfortunately, the text is left justified. There's a little, if I switch to the move tool, there's a little dot in the bottom left corner, and we want it to be centered. So the smart guides let us center the type. So we got to go to window, and you want the control visible, control bar, this options bar at the top, because then you can get your usual commands. You can double click, triple click to select all. Go to the paragraph. It's already in the bar anyways. You could go to paragraph, right, to get the alignment, but it looks like it's already in the bar. And then back to the move tool, and then I'm going to move it up a little so the shadows, there we go. And there's a smart guide purple, and it perfectly aligns that center registration point with the center of the document. Okay, let's do it again for party. Let's make party 20. Get some fast scrolling. I guess I should use the sidebar, the little scrubber. So party, meatball, double click. Make sure you do not go into path isolation mode. And then fall 2025. And same thing, back to the move tool, click on it, triple click to select all, go to center justified, and then back to move and get us some nice smart guide alignment, looking good. Okay, so this text looks super cool because a graphic designer artist spent a bunch of time creating it. And you can go to window appearance to kind of see what they did. All right, and so let's see, I got a meatball like 2025 here. And so this graphic artist put together these 10 layers or so. And you can edit them, right? So if you don't want the drop shadow, you can come to the bottom and like eyeball off some of these bottom ones. But I'm just going to get rid of this warp. I kind of like the flat. So 2025, got rid of that warp arc. I'm going to do the same thing for fall 2025. You can leave it, but just so you see, right? This appearance panel is where all these cool effects, use layer upon layer of gradients and shadows and blurs and all kinds of visual effects. All right, so we want to recolor our artwork, and I am gonna meatball. Let's see, I think I grouped these two actually. So I clicked, and then I shift clicked, and I came with my move tool. It let me group them. I guess I'll do Command G to group them. All right, so did I group them in my layers panel? My layers are kind of huge. Meatball, and then shift meatball, and then group. All right, now I got a twirl down arrow. So now they're together. I can meatball them once because I want to recolor them. You could click and shift click on the meatballs if you don't want to group it, but we want to recolor the artwork into that text effect swatch we created from this drop down swatch group text effect. And it's out of order, not what I wanted. Okay, so when I did this the first time, I got the inverse. I did white middle. So I'm gonna, I could mess around with the advanced setting, but I'm just gonna Command Z. Let's see, Command Z, or click on the background to get out of it, and go back to my swatches panel. So the order of your swatches is important, and I'm gonna move this one over, and then now I got light, medium, dark. Now when I go to meatball the group in my sensitive scroller here, I can go to color library, swatch group, text effect, boom, and I get some nice kind of the whites highlights, so the oranges and yellow faces become white, and the background colors are dark blue, which matches Lobo, which is perfect what I want. All right. So if I double click again, see, there it is, right? Path isolation mode, which I don't want. So if it's just something you don't want, the way to get out of it is to arrow out of it there. So the way to edit, if I wanted to, would be to get the type tool now. I don't know what happened, maybe because I grouped them, huh? And then you can double click with the type tool to start like editing if you do want to edit it from this menu. So just heads up, students get tripped up on that path isolation mode. Okay, let's not dwell on it. So let's see, I got the text here. Just for kicks, I can scale it if I want. So I got the scale tool, which is under the rotate tool, and I can click and hold shift to constrain proportions. And if you wanted to, you could make it a little bigger, let go of mouse, then let go of shift, then switch out of the scale tool to not scale it again. Okay, take two. I went down a bit of a rabbit hole. I forgot to switch my font to this college font, right? So I meatballed like 2025 and then triple clicked. Get out of there, path isolation. I meatballed the fall, for example, switched to the type tool, and then double click, triple click, and then went to the character, and I searched for Octon College, just OCT, and I used regular. All right, so then go to the move tool. Maybe easier to work without grouping them because you don't need to worry about path isolation. So you can leave that default font. You can switch fonts, but I'm going to save it one last time here. Text effect, demo 2. Looks like this has the word cloud in it because I was also messing with when you do file save as, you can save to the cloud. But let's just get this finished and exported. So, so let's see, my file is up here now, and I want to bring it in to Adobe Express because I've been working in Adobe Express. So I'm going to go to the Adobe Express homepage, plus button to get a new 16 by 9, X out, and then link it. So I think it's faster if you do this linked method. It's kind of nice too because it stays in your files and your stuff. So it processes, it goes to uploading here like it's thinking. And then in your stuff, after it's uploaded, it should appear as a little Illustrator file with a icon AI, like the file type. Because there we go, text is placed successfully. It had a little issue going on with the bounding box there. See, it's kind of snapping around. Um, but right, if you go to your stuff, you can see you got your text here with the .ai file. And if you want to add another instance, you should be able to click, right? And it pops up. So I could delete that other one that might have been a little wonky. I can move it over. I can option drag to scale. And there's my my 3D text effect. It does look like the text got a little scrunched together, like the letter spacing is different, right? See what I'm saying? It's like it got transformed a little. So, you know, it's still in its infancy, I guess. I could delete it one more time, let it upload. Can you like expand it? You know, I don't like it, right? So I guess it's not really working, or sometimes it works. You know, maybe just if you want to get it something perfect, if you want this to match, file, export as, and then PNG with a transparent background. Use artboard is fine. Get it on my desktop. Transparent background, yes, please. Minimize. And now when I bring this in, there we go, that's good, right? So, you know, I do upsample it a little. If I look at this here with, all right, so I'm gonna do a little bit of upsampling, but it still looks pretty crisp and sharp, so. All right, so get your Lobo in, and then I don't want to put Lobo on top of the text, so Lobo kind of off to the side, there we go. And then resize this graphic as well. So more than one way to work with all this Adobe software. Maybe these linked files will get better, but it looks like for now, just putting in let's add a little drop shadow to this one, so it looks like it's the same little classic shading. And then you could put any background. You could do a fall color leaves, but I'm just going to do a boring gradient, radial gradient. So media, photos, radial gradient. But any text effect you work with, I hope this helps. Radial gray gradient. I'm trying to do two things at once here. And then I think it's, man, there it is. That's the one I've been using. And click on it, and click on it, and set it as background. And give it a name. I guess I created a new document. So text, man, triple click. Text effect 3. And download it. We're working on your file. Okay, good. Download. Oh man, this one's been a bit of a challenge, huh? I don't know what it doesn't like. Share? No. All right, well, I hope you found this helpful, and when working with the editing text with Adobe Illustrator, you could stick in an Illustrator, you could bring it back into Express, you could try the link file, you can try a PNG export from Illustrator, but I hope you find something good that works for you and you get some nice, crisp, 3D looking font like that works for you. And yes, just in case you were wondering, 2 minutes later, it let me download a JPEG just fine. So I don't know, all these link files might have been driving Adobe Express crazy, but I'm happy with that. And there's a million templates on Adobe stock for you to check out and hopefully find one you like. And you can edit it.